Hi, my name is Wallis Bird. I'm an Irish musician and I'm here today in Duisburg celebrating the 20th anniversary of Duisburg Folk Fest. You know, when you're there with your band, you just turn around and laugh and have the crack with your band. And solo, you have to create more space within the songs to make them sound as people would hear them in their head with a band. The only difference is that sometimes I get less of a break when I'm doing solo stuff.
Observations staring in the eye, silently all the time. You broke me down on track and asked me if I changed my life. Oh no, thanks, not tonight. Oh,
I'd like us as a group, my whole team, all of us, to travel as much as possible, to be together as much as possible, to get as much joy out of it. I don't want it to be boring for anybody. So the goal over the next couple of years is to take over the world and be millionaires, really. Simple as that.
it's $1 bills with my face on it. Nice one. Can I use these?
I move between sounds an awful lot. That's my consistent sound, is to change sounds all the time, try something different. And luckily what's happened with that is people get on board, really. They just kind of expect to not expect anything. So I've been lucky to have people follow the albums over the years and not be like, whoa, what's this?
Silently all the time. You broke me down on trying and asked me
If I hang out with you long enough, I'm going to start wearing your clothes. You're going to start wearing my clothes. We're going to start talking the same. So I'm really situational. I get as much into the culture of the area as much as possible so that I can learn different rhythms, different ways of cultural systems, politics, meanings and thoughts. So I like to throw myself into a situation of where I am right there and become that area, so that's reflected within the music. When I lived in Brixton, for instance, in London, I was hanging out with a lot of Rastas, and so reggae was a huge part of my life. And moving to Berlin, it's very cosmopolitan, so I keep hearing lots of different rhythms, and there's a lot of dance music. Dublin is just wild. Lots of just crazy musicians and real instruments, so there's a traditional background to that and a contemporary background. So I always try and get into the culture of where I am at the time and push it to a contemporary level as such, to see what's going to happen or what this could lead into. I'm really digging dance music at the moment. I used to think house music was really boring, but it's got this backstroke rhythm, which is almost Bolivian or something. I think that's an instant, instead of 4 to the floor, you're like 4 and 4 and 4 and 4. So there's some kind of push-pull thing happening. I'm basing my new album around architecture and how a building can seep into your mind, how it sounds when you walk into a room, how it feels because of the materials that are used to build it, if it's well built or if it's you walk into a room and it feels like death, you know. So it's just a small project. I want to build a house for every song. A cardboard house, a glass house, whatever. It's about creating emotions through structures, I think, which sounds very vague. but it's an idea I'm working on now.
He pushed me off my